So my nuts are soaking. Welcome to another episode of Cookbook Keto. I am Stacy with Kzoo Keto. This episode we are making low carb Imperial rice, and you can find this recipe at dietdoctor.com. I will leave that down below. If this is your first time here, this is a web series about me learning how to cook. I find recipes online so that you could create them yourself, and we just indulge in the shenanigans and try something new. If you hear comments from the background, this is how we do it.
Comment.
We have a lot of fun with it, so we hope you enjoy it too. So there are 4 components to this, so that's why we have the wide array of ingredients. We have the chicken component, the rice component, mayonnaise, and cheese. Dairy-free cheese, which is why I opened with my nuts soaking. So it takes black pepper, granulated garlic, I'm gonna knock that right off, onion powder, ground cumin, garlic powder, oregano. We have pink salt in this little handy dandy thing. We already have our chicken cooked and seasoned. We had this from Taco Prep, so it's a Cuban dish, so you don't have to season your chicken, but we did. Pumpkin puree. You also have the option of using tomato paste, but I thought pumpkin would be more interesting. Turmeric powder. We have our homemade mayonnaise, and I will link the recipe video for that right up here. It's really, really easy. Cashew nuts that have been soaking for at least 2 hours. Cauliflower rice already done. Lemon juice and avocado oil. So let's put it all together so we can eat. First things first, let's turn the oven on to 400 degrees. We are making this recipe for 6 servings, so you might notice some of the amounts might be a little more than what I'm saying, because I'm going to give you the amounts for the 4 servings, because the measurements get a little crazy with 6 servings. So you need, for 4 servings, you need 2 cups of cooked shredded chicken breast, or you can use thighs. Then you need 1/4 cup of tomato puree, or as we have opted in this time for pumpkin puree, and I did this just for Greg because he does not like pumpkin. I'm finding that I like pumpkin, Greg doesn't like it. So here you go, Greg.
Thanks, sweetie. You're the best.
Then you're gonna need 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, and 1 teaspoon of dried oregano. And you're gonna mix this all into the chicken before we move on to the next step. All right, looks like we've got this mixed, so we are going to set this aside and move on to the next part. Now we're working on the cauliflower rice. I have 2 cups of cooked cauliflower rice that I cooked according to the package instructions because it was frozen. To that, we are going to add 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. And we're going to stir that all together. So now we are seasoning our rice. Rice is done. We're moving on to the next component, the nut cheese. That is very fun to say. As I said in the beginning, these have been soaking for probably actually closer to 3 hours now. The recipe doesn't say how long to soak them. I looked it up in a different thing and it said at least 2 hours, but you can soak them up to overnight. And then we're gonna drain them. All right, we have these drained. It's a 1/2 cup. Our food processor bowl has not been replaced yet. So I'm using the blender. This is a high-speed blender. So if you have a high-speed blender and not a food processor bowl, you can definitely use the same thing. On top of that, we're gonna put in 1/4 cup of avocado oil and a dog bark, the juice of 1/2 lemon. Then we have 1 teaspoon of granulated garlic, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And throw all that in there and we're gonna blend the crap out of it. We have nut cheese.
Looks like cheese-ish.
It's like a cheese sauce.
Soft cheese.
It's a nut cheese sauce.
Nut cheese sauce.
The recipe calls for a 6x6 casserole dish. We have a 6x8 that we are using because we are making 6 servings instead of 4. It also doesn't say to spray this, but I'm gonna go ahead and spray it with some avocado oil just to be on the safe side. So now we have our layers, components, whatever you want to call them. We've got the rice, we've got the mayo, we've got the chicken, and we've got the nut cheese. We're going to put half of the rice in the bottom, and then we're going to flatten it out Then we do 2 tablespoons of the mayo and spread that on top. It's pretty much half of everything you have. You're just doing a layer of each. So we're gonna spread this out. How excited are you to try this, Greg?
Oh, I'm ecstatic.
Nate, how excited are you to try this?
On a scale of 1 to 10, give it about 4.
Oh, come on, you wimps.
I do traditionally like Cuban dishes, though, so your turmeric to the cauliflower rice is basically making it a yellow rice.
Now we're doing half of the chicken. Get that mash down in there. And now we're doing half of the nut cheese.
She can't even say it without smiling, guys. This is how young she is at heart. 12 years old.
Keeps me young. And let's spread this.
This looks really interesting.
It sounded interesting, and so I wanted to try it. Because I was like, well, we haven't had it, and we've seen it. Nut cheese is what vegans use, and so let's just try it. This is also a good alternative for anybody that has any dairy allergies. So if it's any good, we'll definitely let you know. If you have a dairy allergy, you can definitely try it then. But we'll taste test it for you.
It's like she's trying to frost a cake, guys. She's like, oh, the nut cheese is not quite in the right proportional area. Oh, yep. She's just like she's frosted a cake.
That's what I know how to do. Leave me alone.
I frosted a cake with nut cheese. Oh.
All right. We have all the layers.
All the layers.
All the layers. Okay, now it goes in the oven for 30 minutes until the top is browned and it's browned along all the edges.
Woohoo.
Golden on top, brown around the outsides.
Around the outside, around the outside.
All right. Looks decent.
Looks interesting.
6 servings. We're gonna split this down the middle and then third it this way. If it's not enough and we like it, you can always get more. It smells good. Piping hot.
So, what do you think?
I think I'm ready to try it.
All right, let's do it. All right, guys, so we made it to the table. You may have noticed, if you've been following us for a little bit, that Nate and I switched seats for the night. And the reason for that is because the game we're playing, which is Scythe, my pieces are in this corner because it's randomly generated, where Nate's are here, so that's why. That's the only reason. We did play this game last weekend, and I stomped Stacy, so she was really upset about it, so she wanted a rematch on camera, so you guys could verify that she's going to lose again.
This time we're playing with the airships, though, so
Yes,
all bets are off.
sure, all bets are off. So we'll see how that goes. But we're going to try this. Should we go ahead and dig in? I got my hot sauce here just in case this thing is bland.
So-
All right, well, Nate's tried it.
So-
I'm going to try it now.
It's not terrible. It's better than I was expecting.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I'll finish the plate.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of grittiness
Yep.
to the nut cheese,
Mm-hmm.
which is different,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't get the cauliflower flavor at all.
No, I don't either. I definitely get a little of that turmeric.
I get the spices and I like
Yeah,
it.
and you get the spices too, which is good. Yep, cumin.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not bad. I think it's a little saltier than I'd like, maybe. So maybe try with a little less salt. But certainly no sag paneer.
Accurate.
So it's definitely way better than that.
So you're saying the sag paneer remains your favorite?
Yes.
That was our first video that we shot and recorded. That's actually, I think it was like Stacy's first meal that she made, and Nate was not a fan. You can definitely see that video up here and where this all started.
It's honestly a wonder that I'm still here after that video, quite frankly.
Had many good things since then.
It's true. It's been a lot.
That is true.
So we're gonna keep playing. We're gonna eat this. We're gonna keep playing our game, and we'll let you know how bad Stacy loses at the end. See you guys in a little bit.
Game's over. Guess who won again?
That's not accurate.
Actually,
at
last
all,
time I won.
Actually, last
No,
time
no.
Greg won.
Last
time Greg won by a
Keto,
lot.
you won the game.
Oh, is that accurate?
That's
Yes.
true.
I don't even remember what game we played, quite frankly.
Runestones, but it was an
That's true.
asterisk.
That was an asterisk victory.
I still like the game, even though I didn't know what my goal and gold.
And you played the same guy, like Michael.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't do it on purpose. I just picked it.
You were pretty excited
You were
about it.
willing the universe to give you this faction.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah, that's right. And you
But-
lost.
You squandered it.
Last place, Stacy, as predicted.
As per usual.
But we didn't rate our dish. Did we like the dish?
We do like the dish.
Give it a
Dish was
thumbs up.
dish was
I will
good.
reheat that again tomorrow for lunch.
Yes, it looks pretty good.
And I want to try it again with regular cheese.
So this is definitely not, as you can see by the pieces, this is definitely not a game for the faint at heart, and I would have never predicted in a million years that I'd ever be able to play this game with Stacy,
Let alone twice in a row.
let alone twice in a row. So kudos to her on
Indeed.
upping her board gaming.
Indeed.
Maybe Santa will be nice this year to her and bring it to her for Christmas.
We don't need that for Christmas.
So what would you rather have for Christmas, Stacy? Cups stuff? Since you're starting that new hobby?
Yes, cup stuff for my cups.
Cups that you make?
Because I like sparkles.
Sparkles are nice.
Yes. I'm actually making cups for all of our friends. You'll see Nate's eventually.
Eventually. But that is it for us today, guys. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Thanks for subscribing. And make sure you click that bell for notifications when we post out new videos. And until then,
Stay keto.
we'll see ya.
And garlic powder, pepper.
That
We
is
have-
not pepper. That is oregano.
Oh, whoops. Did I?
Are you saying there's no oregano in this recipe?
No, there's oregano.
Oh, okay.
I think there's pepper. Now I threw myself off.
It's an interesting mechanic you got going on there. Spinning the bowl and
Uh-huh.
that's wow. It's like a sous chef thing.
I know. I am a sous chef.
Yeah, you're something, but you're not a sous chef.
I lost one.
We don't like him anyway.
I'm actually really looking forward to it.
It's gonna probably taste ass hole.
I am really looking forward to
Have
it.
you ever tasted asshole?
No.
Whatever.
Also not. You're so special.
I know.
So sweet.
So I know. I am. Actually, that was very heartful.
Don't feed it.
It's actually interesting to me because Stacy hates yellow so much
I know, it's weird.
that she wanted to do this yellow dish.
I like yellow in my food.
Yeah, like what kind of yellow?
Cheese.
Mike was on, right?
Yes, the mic is on. Bullshit. That was the off thing.